And the most impressive feat against the Yonko post time skip award goes to Jinbei after this episode. Holy crap. After reading this in the manga, I kind of forgot how OP and epic it was that Jinbei did what he did in this episode. But you gotta give out shout out to the Straw Hats when it comes to Nami, Chopper, and Brooke for putting in the work, even though they're completely outmatched when it comes to Big Mom. But that's not what this episode highlighted them. Off in the mirror world, I guess with Luffy Katakuri, Luffy trying to use Future Sight again. It's a repeated scene what we saw in the previous episode, and Katakuri using unstoppable donuts. Now, what's interesting about this is when Luffy attempt to use Future Sight observation hockey, he sees you see a glimpse of what looks to be an aura of Katakuri and something else, right? And I guess those are the unstoppable donuts. But either way, you see a glimpse of it, and then Luffy opens his eyes, and then he's under attack. But that scene very much reminding me, even though it was brief, of what happened in Dressrosa with Usopp when he took down Sugar, and obviously he had Viola there to help him out with the directions, the range, of how to make the shot against Sugar, and then he saw the aura of Sugar, Luffy, and Law, and that's how he was able to make the shot in order to save Luffy and Law. So here it's kind of that similar here, and there is kind of like foreshadow of Luffy attempted to use Future Sight. I don't know if I'll point this out in the end in these anime reviews, but I will say that there is a scene pre-time skip in Marineford when Luffy's facing off against Mihawk, and before Luffy ends up getting attacked by Mihawk, he ends up seeing a brief vision of him getting his arms cut by Mihawk, so he immediately stops himself from using a Gun pistol. He says, if I had gone through with that attack, my arms would have been cut off. So he saw somewhat of a glimpse, so that's some foreshadowing there of Luffy seeing a glimpse into the future, so this is not the first instance where Luffy's had something like this, like a premonition, I guess. So it's really cool that they're highlighting auras like this. Like Luffy's trying to identify Katakuri through that. Obviously, it's going to take a lot more concentration. He needs to focus more. So obviously, that it didn't work. Katakuri attacked the unstoppable donut, and then he grew a hand out, like kind of like his own version of a hand out one of the donuts. And he tries to, I guess, two hands because he tries to squish Luffy and clap his hands and pretty much clap him to death. But Luffy expanded, so obviously he didn't get any damage. He was made of rubber anyway, so it wasn't great damage with this attack. Then Katakuri tries to cover the hands in hockey. He gets successful this time. And there is a scene where before Katakuri actually tries to squash him with hockey claps, he uses his size to fly away by letting some air out so he can avoid the attack. It does remind me similar of what happens in Dragon Ball, in OG Dragon Ball, when it comes to Krillin and Goku. When coming down in midair, and before Goku's attacked, he actually inhales himself, so he slows him down from Goku connecting with a blow. So it's something similar here. This time, he lets out air so he can fly away and actually avoid the hit. So that was quick thinking on the part of Luffy. The fact that Luffy could be goofy at some points, he does have combat instincts. So I like that. It highlights that in this episode. Obviously, he needs to focus way more. Then Katakuri becomes way more OP. Turns his arm into pretty much a minigun at this point. Actually, before then, he brings out some hockey bullets to like shoot Luffy. Luffy hockeys up the block, and Katakuri's using Future Sight to predict where Luffy's going to land next, like up, left. The last shot that actually connects with Luffy, it looks like he got hit in the head, but you covered his forehead in hockey, arm in hockey, so he blocked the hit. Or I guess the heavy artillery would be the right way of saying it. The heavy artillery of Katakuri turned his arm into a gun. Is there anything that Katakuri can't do at this point? He turns his arm to a minigun before he fires, or at least it fires, and then it switches away to Big Mom and the Sunny, and that fiasco. Obviously, everybody on the crew on the ship, on the board, the Sunny is realizing the danger of this and realizes, oh, this could be the worst because Carrot's still down and Luffy's still missing. Sanji's yet. Big Mom is like searching and wrecking the ship in the process, looking for the cake. Obviously, Jinbei's like, there's no cake on board, and this is where Big Mom has more clarity and more to. She's got her wits about her when it comes to like this form. Like she's not completely out of control because she remembers what Perospero said. Like, oh, there's the wedding cake is on board the Sunny. Go after it, and you'll be able to get it. And Big Mom says, if you're lying, I'm going to come back and take your lifespan, boy. And Perospero realizes this, and oh, she remembered. Crap, we could be able to spot a bother here. The plan failed. Big Mom's like, my son doesn't lie. So then she's going to attack Jinbei with a sword. Everyone's like freaking out like Jinbei get out of the way. He hackers up and actually tanks the hit. He doesn't backstop whatsoever. So Jinbei, props to Jinbei for that. Balls of steel, literally. He tanks the hit. He does get forced back, and then if you notice, the arms of Jinbei were glowing red, kind of like Luffy's were when Katakuri was using the block mochi for the first time. She just sends Jinbei flying into the ocean, which only helped out the Strawhats later in the episode. So, but either way, everybody's freaking out like Jinbei got sent aside like nothing. So that's the force of Big Mom in this fire mode. And before she did that, she actually ignited Napoleon with fire. So Napoleon not only is menacing enough, now he's surrounded by fire. So again, Big Mom being even more broken than before. Nami tries to do something, and then before she has the chance to use climate attack, she almost gets nailed by Big Mom again, but Chopper comes in with a save. Stuffed animal version, he tanks the hit but almost gets caught. Then she swings the blade again, and both Nami and Chopper actually avoid the hit, but it does damage part of the ship. So it was impressive that Nami and Chopper were able to avoid that, despite how strong Big Mom is. But the ship's getting wrecked. Brooke's like freaking out, and obviously Carrot's still out of commission from using Sulong, so she can't do anything. Sanji's nowhere in sight, and Luffy's in the mirror world. Jinbei's in the ocean, so you see that the despair in Nami and Chopper and Brooke. But I will give them credit for standing up to Big Mom, getting crushed. In comes Jinbei from the ocean, and like I said, this only helped out the Sunny even more because not only did it put out the fire that Big Mom set ablaze with the I guess her hair, she set the sail on fire. Jinbei was in from the water, sends a shockwave, a tidal wave coming into the Sunny. Obviously puts out the fire not only on the sail but also on Big Mom on her hair. So that again, that's weakness number one when she's in that fire mode. Number two, she's a devil fruit user, so I'm interested. Plus, I also think that kind of weakened Big Mom for Jinbei to launch an attack on Big Mom. He uses Fishman Karate, actually send her flying into off the Sunny. So that's feat number one for Jinbei, and it's a feat for anybody against the Yonko post time skip, at least until we get to Wano. Not a pushover. Jinbei, shout out to Jinbei for that one. And obviously Jinbei realizes, oh, you guys can't celebrate yet, and besides, we can't let any more damage be done to the Sunny, otherwise Luffy will get super pissed off, which is true. It's not going to be enough to take down Big Mom. In fact, it barely phased her, but it did knock her off the Sunny, so it's still a feat. And obviously Nami, Chopper, and Brooke celebrate like, yay, we just sent Big Mom away off the Sunny with a plan to like kind of stall her until Sanji comes. I'm guessing that's the strategy. Before she could, Nami was actually trying to tempt Zeus again by tempting him with the I guess the mini thunderclouds, and with obviously using his greed against to Nami's advantage. This worked last time, but this time Zeus was prepared for it, and it looked like Nami got zapped by the electricity or the thunderbolt. In this case, it was Brooke. In fact, a lot of people thought that at first glance when it came to the manga. I remember how many people reacted to it. They thought, oh boy, Nami actually got shot by this. It's usually gags the shoes of the other foot, but this time, is Nami going to get shocked? No. Brooke takes the hit, and because he's a skeleton, he doesn't take much damage at all. In fact, he's pretty much immune to it, which is impressive. So then Brooke decides, okay, you know what? I'm going to go in for it. I lost the first match, and I wasn't able to put a dent in Big Mom's armor, literally. Again, Brooke ends up cutting Zeus and acknowledging, oh, my target wasn't you, Big Mom. My target was Zeus. He freezes up Zeus, cuts it in half. So that Brooke being the MVP that he has been in this arc. And then Nami comes in with the climb attack, the Thunderbolt, Thunder Tempo. Obviously did damage Big Mom. She got up from Zeus's attack. So this wasn't going to do much except force her away. And that's what ended up happening. But what I liked about this scene and what I liked about this episode, it highlights Chopper, Brooke, and Nami especially holding their own without the monster trio. There's no Luffy. He's in the mirror world. Sanji's on his way with a wedding cake. Zoro's on Wano doing God knows what. And obviously the only one that could technically help out is Jinbei, which he did. But it just shows that the rest of the Straw Hats obviously can hold their own. I kind of want to see what... This is why I want to see... Hopefully on Wano we get 1v1s, because we have not yet to see any of the Straw Hats go all out in a 1v1. I believe Sanji, Luffy have. But other than that, we've not seen Zoro. We have not seen Robin. Frankie went all out against Senor Pink in Dressrosa. Mom, but I kind of want to see what he can do on Wano. But especially with these attacks he's coming up with, it's like, oh boy, Brooks is going to be a killer in Wano. So I can't wait for that. But like I said, I just want to see what. It's been a while since the Strawhats in this capacity has been highlighted like this, and it just shows they can handle themselves without the monster trio, without Luffy. Then we shift over back into the mode, and I don't know what the difference was, but obviously there was a difference in art style and animation. Clearly, you can see the difference in the shading. So they're trading back and forth, Luffy and Katakuri with Gatlings. Like I said, the art style and the shading is great. It really caps off this episode, which I thought was a great episode in terms of like highlighting the Strawhats, highlighting Big Mom's threat, highlighting Jinbei more specifically, and Luffy and Katakuri. Luffy trying to use Future Sight, not doing it. So he's going to use the Block Mochi again, and nine-headed Mochi attack. But before he does, there's two interesting lines in this scene. One is from Katakuri when he says, "Your future is in darkness." With Katakuri, and there's a quote by Luffy when he says, "Oh, I can see," but he doesn't say what he can see. But I'm starting to think that maybe Luffy's got a grasp. And there's a quote a flashback when Luffy is thinking about Katakuri saying, "Oh, you can only use observation haki when you're level-headed enough to use it." Great quote. The second great quote of the scene was when he says, "The fate is mine to decide. It's my future to decide, not yours." So I love that quote from Luffy. It's typical Luffy. That's how the episode ends. It's going to be focusing highly on Luffy and Katakuri, which suits me fine. And it's going to highlight another Charlotte family member, which I'm kind of shocked they did that in the preview, but considering what's next, it's going to lead to something much bigger. And this Charlotte family member is not going to make a good impression for those who are fans of Katakuri. So that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. I love this episode because it highlights the Strawhats in a positive light without the monster trio. Like this video if you did. Subscribe to the channel for more One Piece. Catch you guys later. Bye.